Preston Castle. I never liked Preston Castle. I hope to God we don't go back to Preston Castle. Because I thought, yeah, that's where I got scratched. I don't want to go in that basement again.
There's a mental institution in Illinois called MOV01535, and that's probably the creepiest venue I've ever been in. There's some isolation wards that they used to take people and they think of shock therapy and things, but they would put them in bathtubs full of cold water, and they would strap them in these tubs for hours. And I was in there and filming with the company and had a wonderful time, and I fell asleep in one of these tubs waiting for the production people to come over the other side. It's not a good experience. So, Mancino, mental institution.
Many places I won't go to. Jack and I were talking about that. I've seen what it's done to a lot of paranormal people, and to me it's just not worth it. The one place I've never stepped back foot in is the house in Huntington, Connecticut. I just don't even have a desire. Especially now, I don't want to drop dead, but
I guess I'm not really uncomfortable going anywhere. Maybe because I haven't been scratched, maybe because I haven't had that moment where I feel like I'm in peril. So, Bobby Mackey's, I didn't feel anything. I went to the last event, Mansfield. I was comfortable all night. Other people were throwing up and had to get the hell out of there. So, ghosts like the Mohawk.
Maybe it was you that was forcing the vomiting. Hold on, we'll get here and go across. Yes, ma'am, stand up, please.
I know you guys waited a long time to go to Philadelphia. Is there any place else that you guys are looking forward to going to and want to investigate?
I want to go to Egypt, and I also
One more.
I want to go Actually, I want to go to like Afghanistan, and I know it sounds crazy, but I've been asked by a few people that are in the forces over there, and I would really like to go over there because a lot of the actual soldiers are actually seeing things over there, and I thought that would be cool to go over there and check it out. I have a thing for that, you know. I'm not in the military. All my respect is with them, and to be out there with them and try and do an investigation with them alongside them, I think would be really cool.
This one's kind of related to her question, but is there a place you've been trying to go to but you've been denied countless times and you keep trying to go to it? What is that place? Playboy Mansion.
it's actually quite a long list. There's a lot of reasons why some places don't want to let us in. In some cases, it's perfectly understandable. It would create a security problem for them because people would want to break in and they just don't have the means. So certainly understandable. Other locations, boy, I'd love to get us in the White House. Badass for that.
Oh, man.
I don't think it will ever happen. But yeah, you're good. But yeah. You guys?
All right, here's your next question.
I'd like to ask Chris if he thinks he'll have a TV show in the future.
The psychic can't hear you. Chris, do you believe that you're going to have a TV show again in the future?
Yeah, we're working on one right now, and we'll back out to shoot in January. So, we'll see what happens.
Yay! Excited.
Guys, is there a specific, I know one of the things that always freaks me out when we do these investigations is running across children's spirits. Is there any one specific type of thing that freaks you out most when you do these investigations that you come across?
Yeah, I think the children's spirits, when you're getting their voices like that, like we did on the recorders, are they really children's spirits? I've been to many places, including Bobby Mackey's and other places that I feel have been demonic, where I think that there's a lot of mimicking. They lure you. They like to play with your mind. They like to fool you. And so you really ask yourself, are you really talking to a child? And that can get kind of freaky when you start thinking about that. Is it really quiet in here?
Yeah.
It's really weird. Hi. This is Miss Bree. Miss Bree is one of our biggest promoters online ever.
We know that you have a new line, and congratulations. We want to know, me specifically, when I can get my hands on one so that I can start promoting it.
Where's Tara?
What is she asking to get her hands on?
A new line. Well, Zach Fagan's clothing thing. I'm really bad with that stuff. Tara will tell you. My mom will tell you. I'm real bad with that. I get so caught up in filming. Chris knows. when you film a production, I mean, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot out of you, and I need to get around to releasing that. But she keeps nudging me to get that going. It should be out pretty soon, right? A couple of weeks? Yeah. And then I know you're going to promote the hell out of it.
Sure.
Are you guys ever going to go to the Island of the Dolls in Mexico?
No, but that's a place that I really want to go. I heard about it. Yeah, it was on Destination Truth, I think, too. I think that's a cool show. And I saw them go on that island, and some of the dolls were just moving and stuff like that. For a guy that hates dolls, I think that place would be really cool to be stranded on. But do you know about that island? Do you know, has there been, like, any dark history attached to it, or just a freaky island with people just hanging dolls and shit?
No, I think somebody was killed there, right? And then they found the body of the other woman, and then they started leaving the dolls for the woman in spirit. Isn't that what the story was? Something like that? And now the whole island is littered with those creepy-ass doll heads.
Yeah, we should go check that place out. You want to?
Maren, I noticed that lately you've been recreating the past when you go to these locations. Do you find that this helps more in bringing activity?
Yeah, I do. Because not only with residual energy, residual activity, I think something very, very, severe happened very, very suddenly to sometimes create a haunting. So I think recreating those scenes, recreating that energy. Biggest example is when we were at the USS Hornet, and we went back into the sick bay. And while it may look silly to some, we take it very seriously, and we do it for a purpose, to gather evidence. And I went in there, and I wanted to try and get help. I wanted to recreate what that sick bay, what that energy was back in that time. And when we do it, we have a lot of luck with it. So if it works for us, we're going to continue to do it.
Like the Gettysburg one, like I fell down and you just hear the guns or the gunpowder, and I felt like I was really in a war, and it was really happening, like the way it sounded, my eyes were closed, but it put me in a mental state of when I was hunting, how they felt. And so like I can imagine their buddy getting shot, or what the war sounded like, or anything. So in a weird way, it put me in that moment with them mentally, kind of.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to go and try and contact the soldiers from Civil War, by doing that, we could feel the energy that they felt during that war. So it's like if you're hunting like elk, you take the urine and wipe it all over your face. It's like you're becoming the hunted.
What?
Right here.
Okay. No? Is it on? Turn off.
Yes, we take
Okay, you guys ready? Alright, there's a show on after you all called Ghost Stories, and there's some places on there that you all haven't been.
Yeah, where's she coming?
They'll come over here. Hi. Have you ever watched that to see if there's any place that you all would go to?
On Ghost Stories?
Ghost
Yeah,
Stories.
same production company that does our show does that show.
So would you ever go to any of those places?
Oh,
that you've never been to?
yeah. We a lot of them we have. The USS Hornet, Villisca Axe Murder House. That episode's coming up next. You guys have got to watch this one. It was really cool. Long story short, before we do an investigation, we want to know all about the history. If there's unsolved murder, we want to try and find the actual investigator that worked on the case. We want to learn about what happened there. You know what I mean? That's the part of the investigation. It's not just going there and walking around. Hello? You got to investigate the place. Investigate the location first. And that was a really cool location, because we actually bring in a guy who doesn't believe in ghosts, thinks it's all whatever, and we bring this 30-year law enforcement guy that worked on the case, wrote a book about it, big skeptic, right? Even said, this is all blah, 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 and and we bring him in, and we do an EVP session, and we let him hold the recorder. I mean, he's just looking, inspecting everything, whatever, you do whatever you want. And we get this voice, and we're doing the analysis, and I'm so happy we had the cameras rolling, but man, that sounds like a guy swinging a damn axe. I mean, I don't know what that is. Just say it, man.
You guys have been to so many haunted locations and places, and all over the country and all over the international as well. Has there been any one particular incident that kind of made you like
make you, especially when it comes to children or people's past, that's really touched your heart? Because you guys all have really big hearts. Every single one of you up there does.